people don't think of automatic doors as being robots, but in some ways you can think of it as a 1 degree of freedom robot. And so this one, this is actually showing videos of what happens when people interact with doors that gesture different ways. And this we actually faked completely. So
you had someone pull the door with a string.
We actually had a lever, so it's a glass door, so you can tell that there's no one behind it, but there's actually a guy with armature just standing to the right, and it's actually in the video, so let's see. Oh. So this is, let's see. And that you can see this woman on the right. She seems to be casually standing there. She's actually got a walkie-talkie. She'll squeeze it when people walk by. And then the guy on the inside opens the door. And so,
what are you trying to learn here?
So we're trying to understand how people interact with doors that open different ways. And then what we had actually do is we did this as an experiment on the Stanford campus. And people would walk by the doors or into the doors, and we'd during different periods, open the doors different ways at them, and then we would chase them down and interview them and ask them how they felt about the doors. And it's really interesting that people have very...
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
We'd like you to comment on the door.
Yeah. This is something where we have the robot performing thought, like either thinking about doing something before it does it or reacting to whether it succeeds or fails. So again, this is that thing I was talking about. We were able to show people different videos where some of the videos show a robot who's just, for example, looking at a door and then opening the door, or a robot that like seems to go, And
no, this makes sense, right? Does anyone do that? Like you're walking towards someone on a sidewalk, and then you realize that you like left something back there, and you could just turn around, but instead you go like you mimic like, oh, I forgot something, like and then you turn around, right? It's because you're trying to like increase the legibility of your action to this other person, so that they don't think like, oh, who's this weirdo who's just turning around for no reason?
That's exactly it. The robots seem like weirdos.
Yeah.
And then if you have them do these things, which are like, I think that the classic engineering view is like a totally wasted action. Performing thought. You're thinking,
Right.
But if you perform it, then people are like, oh, I can open the door for the robot, or I can help it, You have some idea what the intention is, and that's important when you're working with the person.